7-8s do not do 100 IM. That would be a
well,
little...
they can. It's a 10 and under IM, so technically a 7-8 swimmer, if they're faster than the 9-10s, could swim IMs. And I know
no
some
separate
teams,
division.
No separate divisions. I know some teams where maybe the third swimmer was a 7-8, so if you're missing one, they'd swim in a dual meter. Just do it for fun, but get them used to it for the next year. But let's take a quick look. I see Mackenzie Riley from the Somerville Y is 8. She'll be swimming it. Look, Jackson Ball, 7 from Cane Bay is swimming it. And
wow.
Braden Lair from the Somerville Y, 8 is swimming it. So a couple of these 7-8s are going to actually swim this event. You can't age up in just one event except for the 10 and under IM.
Okay. I did not know that rule. So looking at the 100 IM, we talked about this last night with our 11-12 age group. 25 of each stroke, butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, then freestyle. There are usually lead changes in this race because you're swimming all of the strokes, and it's very common, usually one swimmer has a standout stroke or a weak stroke. So
I never had a weak stroke, Tara.
Yes, David did have a weak stroke, breaststroke.
No.
On this IM, swimmers have to be sure to finish each stroke legally. So going from butterfly to backstroke, two-hand touch, pushing off for backstroke, pushing off on your back, that will get some of our younger swimmers a little tripped up. Going from butterfly to backstroke, and then that backstroke finishing on your back, but then pushing off on your side or stomach for breaststroke. Still on a short break here as we go over some most recent team and individual scores, waiting to start the 9-10 girls 100 IM. This will be the last individual event of the morning before we finish with our 9-10 200 freestyle relays. So today's session is a little bit longer. We have 2 age groups, younger kids swimming, a little more logistics to line them up. So we want to be sure to give them some break.
Yeah,
so.
we've had a few events have had to re-swim.
Yes.
We had a little delay to get started.
Yeah.
I think they said warm-ups are at 1 o'clock for the other meet that's in here today, the East Cooper League. So hopefully we will be long out the door by that point.
Yeah, we are very grateful to be here at the North Charleston Aquatic Center. Thank you to Mayor Keith Sumney. It's been so nice. I am involved in some year-round swimming as well, and I know that this pool is used a ton. And hopefully it is making an economic impact as well. Like you just said today, CCAA championships in the morning. The other summer league division called the East Cooper Summer Swim League, ECSL, swims this afternoon.
But just the idea that you can have major meets here. The state meets are going to be here the next 2 weeks, the long course state meets. That's never happened.
Right.
For however many years, my high school state meet was in Augusta, Georgia, even when I was swimming.
So taking the money out of state, so it's so nice to be able to bring those economic dollars
and
back.
And it's just nice to have meets at home. I mean, there's only one facility, in my opinion, in this state that's comparable to this, and that's Greenville. I don't think there's anything else in the same conversation at this point with what we have here in North Charleston. And I mean that legitimately. It gives me goosebumps to think, oh my God, we have a pool like this in Charleston after we didn't for so long. Moving on to the 10 and under girls, 200 IM. That's Madeline Silkey from Ashboro in 2, Emma Smith from Ashboro in 3, McLean Ware from Hobcaw in 4, Emma Green from Legend Oaks in 5, Paige Sheets from Shyamalan in 6, Mackenzie Riley, only 8-year-old in this event, in 7 from Somerville Y, Peyton Newland from the Country Club in 8.
Back to that pool conversation, I'm neither an engineer or a politician, but I do know, as you know as well, growing up here, it seemed there was a constant hope and future planning of having an auditorium, and it just never happened. So it's so great that the city of North Charleston and Dorchester 2 School District came together, because it is not cheap to build or maintain a swimming pool.
I give Doug a hard time a lot about a number of things, but I remember he came on this stream at City Meet many years ago and said the pool will be ready, City Meet will be there in 2 years. Mm-hmm. It was at least 4 years before it actually was ready.
But it happened.
It probably could have been ready for City Meet last summer had there been a City Meet. The pool was done. It opened a couple weeks. It opened in late July, but we're just so glad to finally be here, I think. It's not the coolest in here, but it's a lot warmer cooler than it is outside. As we see Emma Green for Legend Oaks, pulling ahead, pulling away. McLean Ware for Hobcaw. 1:41.27.
Looking at McLean Ware in lane 4, it looks like she's got her suit tied up in the back. Something interesting to note for both boys and girls, in competitive swimming, you want your suit very tight. My coach used to say you should not be able to even like put a finger under there. As a result, it should take you some time to get that suit on. Looking at higher level meets, those tech suits, they not only are they very pricey, but you got to allot 30, 40 minutes to get it on.
Especially girls. Boys, a little easier because it's less coverage. It's just your thighs, basically.
Girls,
your waist to knees. Girls, it's shoulders to knees, and those can really take a while. I've heard stories about swimmers ripping suits. I never have, knock on wood, but you definitely hear about it.
So thinking about diving in that suit filling up with bubbles and drag, and then also just making sure it fits correctly, so you can think about racing and not if you're properly covered. You want it tight.
Heat 2, Riley Adrian is in lane 2. Gabriella Burns in lane 3. Adrian from Long Point, Burns from the Somerville Y. Ariana Goretti is in 4 for Crowfield. 5, Claire Heineman for Hopka. 6, Bryn Vetter for Newington. 7, Rebecca Smith from Newington. 8, Hadley Evans from Snee Farm. 9, Blythe Alexander from James Island.
Snee Farm swimmer over there, Hadley Evans, looking strong on her breaststroke. We mentioned this last night, but in the IM, it is often the strong breaststrokers who find the most success. Of course, that's not all the time. If you can get yourself out there hard in that butterfly and backstroke, if breaststroke is your worst stroke, you've got to really take it out hard on the front half to overcompensate for those breaststrokers that are going to be running you down on lap 3.
Hadley Evans for the Snee Farm swim team, out ahead of Rebecca Smith for Newington. Down here in lane 2, almost missed her, is Riley Adrian. Hadley Evans in 133.97. Smith 137.06. Adrian in 120.23.
Big drop for Hadley Evans, almost 10 seconds to win that heat. We talked about last night, there are several different ways to go from backstroke to breaststroke on an IM. If you tuned into the recent Olympic trials, most Olympians either do a crossover turn or an open turn. Sometimes here we also see the third option, which is the bucket turn. I do not care for that one. It's essentially a back flip, so you're going blind into it and a back flip, a little bit dizzy. However, if you have something that works for you, you want to go ahead and do that. When you're racing under pressure at a meet like City Meet, you don't want to change anything big like your turn strategy the week of.
Heat number 3, that's Avery Torek for North Charleston in 2. Grace Sapko for Legend Oaks in 3. Finley Bennett for Snee Farm in 4, your breaststroke winner. Lane 5 is Amelia Lennon from the Country Club. 5, look who that is in lane 5. Lila May, she won, it was butterfly, correct? I'm starting to lose track, there have been so many, so we got to see what kind of time she posts here. 7, Sophia Barden from Shadow Moss. 8 is Sullivan Wallace for James Island. 9 is London Hayward for Crowfield.
So Lila May, winner in butterfly, we just talked about this. That is her strongest stroke. She took it out hard. She had an early lead. So let's see if she can hang on to it, but onto her lead. But bravo to Lila May, putting it out there to make sure she took advantage of her strength, the butterfly.
I don't know that she has a lot of weak strokes here. She's way out in front. Even if breaststroke's not great, she's going to easily win this heat. Though Finley Bowers for Shadow Moss, well, that's Finley Bowers. I'm sorry, Finley Bennett is in your next heat. I totally misspoke there.
The meet record in this event is Adair Shaw, 113.33.
Again, probably not going to be touched today. Lila May entered at a 126. She'll go a 124.67. Finley Bowers, 126.48. And third was Sophia Barden at 129.35.
So we've got 2 event winners swimming next to each other in this final heat. We've got Carson Hyder, Finley Bennett, and then other swimmers that place right behind them, second and third in event. So this is going to be a great race.
Salil Smith was second in butterfly. Sophia Evans was second in freestyle. I think Ellis Wilson was second in something today. Doug, was Ellis Wilson second today?
Freestyle?
What was Ellis Wilson second? She was second in backstroke. Glad Coach Doug's right here. Final heat, Clara Woolham for Northbridge is in 2. Ellis Wilson from North Charleston in 3. Salil Smith from Park Shore in 4. Carson Hyder from Park Shore in 5. Finley Bennett for Snee Farm in 6. Sophia Evans from Northbridge in 7. Alex Aarons from Long Point in 8, and Charlotte Good from Daniel Island in 9. Could go back and forth, swimmers with different strengths. Finley Bennett's behind this heat right now, but we know she has a great breaststroke. She has a great freestyle, too. Finley doesn't really have a weak stroke.
And I do know that Carson really excels in the backstroke and freestyle, but breaststroke is her weakest, so she really turned it on that backstroke, trying to hang on to that lead.
Didn't have a super smooth turn, but she's not losing her lead. Her teammate Salil Smith is right there. And whoa, there goes Finley on that breaststroke, just like we said.
It will be a race on that freestyle. Swimmers shouldn't be holding back. Going into that 4th lap, they are tired, but they're going to have to dig deep if they want to win.
3 swimmers right there, and Sophia Evans not far away for Northbridge. Finley Bennett trying to track down Carson Hyder. They're going head-to-head on this freestyle. It looks like
Carson Hyder will join Carly Faust and Sean Graber for a triple event winner.
1:18.31 for Carson Hyder. Finley Bennett taking second in 1:19.73. And third went to Salil Smith in 1:21.33.
So Carson Hyder is our 3rd swimmer of the meet to win 3 events. Last night, Carly Faust and Sean Graber. Today, Carson Hyder in the 9-10 age group. We'll speak with her in just a minute as she walks over. Here comes Carson Hyder now. This is her 3rd win of the day. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Bennett.
I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but you are only the 3rd swimmer of this meet to win all 3 of your individual races. How does it feel to be in such special company?
It feels really, really good because I've been working really, really hard on certain things.
Good. And I know, Carson, you spent some time this summer at a sleepaway camp, which I can imagine was fun. But tell me, which one is more fun, sleepaway camp or winning 3 individual titles at City Meet?
I love both very, very, very much. But I like camp because I like meeting new people, and also at camp you get to swim. So,
well, we'll look forward to watching Carson in the last event of the day, the freestyle relay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, boys 10 and under, 100 IM. Baker Mullins for Long Point in 2. Rowan Priest from Legend Oaks in 3. 4 is Hayden Angelos for the Country Club. 5, Nathan Wright for James Island. 6, just 7 years old, Jackson Ball from Cane Bay. Cane Bay, they're a new team. They're not super deep. They've had some really good swimmers here, haven't
I had
they?
a chance to talk to Ricardo earlier. He took 2nd in the 9-10 boys butterfly and backstroke. And he said that he spent a lot of time practicing this summer, even going up to the pool with his dad, and his sister would be there to help encourage him as well. So great job to him this summer.
Owen Tweedy for Long Point is in 7. Easton Linker from Chamelon in 8. Nathan Good from Legend Oaks in 9. And Nathan Wright getting the win in Heat 1, followed by Jackson Ball at 1:47.83, Hayden Angelos 1:49.32. Time is a 1:42.44 for Nathan Wright.
I love to watch these team score changes up on the scoreboard. Even after each event, I know, talking to the coaches before the meet, every team has a strong age group and maybe a group that's a little more in a developing stage. So, you know, they may finish a 9-10 girls event and drop down some, but then they may have some strong 9-10 boys that pop them back up.
And strokes, swimmers, teams have different strokes they're good at and they're not good at. That's just how it goes. I remember while I wasn't a breaststroker, my summer league team always had really good breaststrokers. Just how it went. All right, Braden Lear for the Somerville Y, 8 years old in 2. Ford Conrad from James Island in 3. Sammy Baruti from Newington in 4. Caesar Ona from Cane Bay in 5. Reed Aikman from Shadow Moss in 6. Kai Williams from the Somerville Y in 7. Micah Kukla from Ashboro in 8. And Henry Vanderweel from the Country Club in 9. We've been talking about that Cane Bay YMCA. And that's Cesarona now coming out with a nice lead here.
One of the interesting things to see here around the pool deck at the city meet is swimmers that get marked up with body paint and Sharpie marker. It's really a fun chance to show your team spirit. Right now we've got a young man with us. What is your name?
Jackson Ball.
Jackson Ball. And what team do you swim for?
Cane Bay Krakens.
Okay, the Cane Bay Y, the new team here in the CCAA. If you could go ahead and turn around Jackson. There we go. Take a look at his back. This is some major back art. I swim fast, just saying. Go Krakens. So it looks great, Jackson. We love to see the fun spirit shows of spirit here at City Meet. Thank you. Back to the pool.
Speaking of the Cane Bay Y, Cesarona in 131. No, he's touched out by Reed Aikman for Shadow Moss. Big drops for both of those guys, 131.24 to 131.36. Heat number 3. We're getting to the end. 2 more individual races today. Ethan Mester from Daniel Island in 1. Evan Lowe from Park Shore in 2. Noah Pomerantz from Park Shore in 3. Brady Wetzel for Shadow Moss in 4. That's Ethan Goxage from Snee Farm, who just went into the pool in 6, but he's going to be allowed to swim. Wesley Haywood from Ashboro in 7. Jack Crosby from Newington in 8. Ryan Kufka from Chamelon in 9.
So with our 9, 10-year-olds, as we're moving on to these later heats, again, I've mentioned this before, we should see some of the technique tighten up. So much of any sport, and swimming especially, is really getting that feel for the water. I always like to tell my kids the fastest swimmers in the world know how to find water and move water. It's not that you're slicing through it, but you're actually pressing on the water. And for each stroke, you're pressing in a different way.
You want to anchor yourself. You don't want to necessarily push water. You want to anchor yourself and move past the water. And it's learning how to work with it in a way that's comfortable for you. And that's Noah Pomerantz from Park Shore and Ryan Kufka from Chamelon. Though Pomerantz with a much better turn there.
Getting that underwater cycle in here from that backstroke to breaststroke is difficult. We mentioned it earlier on the 50 breaststroke, because that second lap they're out of breath. Well, now breaststroke is on the 3rd lap, so they're even more winded, but still so important to do that underwater swimming.
So important. And you see the race can change on breaststroke. Pomerantz just tried to take a peek to the side. And if he did, he would have seen Ethan Goxash, the swimmer who fell in the pool, making a move and closing the gap in the middle of the pool in lane 6. Pomerantz might hold on, though. But they're going to drop a ton of time here and make a mark on the last heat. Pomerantz at a 125.08. Goxash at a 126.02. And 3rd place swimmer is going to be Kafka at 129.88.
So top 2 places in that heat from Noah at Park Shore and Ethan at Snee Farm, that may put them up in the top scoring. They had a great swim, both big time drops.
If you look at this last heat, there's only 3 swimmers seated faster than with those times. I mean, those 3 swimmers are a bit ahead of the field. Ben Burnett, Jason Chalupsky, Chandler Shaw, not surprising based on what we've seen from them today. All winners, I think.
You know, it's a big joke with the Shaw family that Chandler, really good baseball player as well, but he is very adventurous and accident prone. So leading up to this meet, all of his coaches surrounding him encourage him to just lay low.
Get yourself in bubble wrap.
Lay low.
All right, final heat. That's Christian Tybalt for North Charleston in 2. Logan Patterson for Northbridge in 3. Ben Burnett for Northbridge in 4. Jason Chalupsky from Daniel Island in 5. Chandler Shaw with that early lead from Hobcaw in 6. Ethan Lady for North Charleston in 7. 8, Whit Parnell for Hobcaw. Breaststroke winner?
Yes.
I think, and Henry Walton for Snee Farm.
Ben Burnett had a wonderful backstroke, like Chandler, the butterfly winner. He was out first. Ben, the backstroke winner. Then he caught up. And Jason, a wonderful breaststroker. Let's see what he can do. Whit, the 50 breaststroke winner over in lane 8. I think he's got too much room to make up to get up in those top 3 spots.
Those top 3 are probably too far ahead of this heat right now. Chalupsky, look at his breaststroke, pulling ahead of this field. 2 non-breaststroke specialists in the top 3.
And Jason's got a strong freestyle too. I don't think Chandler or Ben will be able to make much ground.
I don't either.
But Chandler's going to have to work hard to hang on to that second spot. Ben Burnett is swimming fast.
Jason Chalupsky, 1:15.18. Ben Burnett will take second in 1:17.94. And third went to Shaw, 1:19.03 is his time.
So Jason Chalupsky winning the 10 and under boys 100 IM. We will get a word with him. Daniel Island has done a remarkable job today scoring some points, and Jason has been a crucial part of that point lead. Point surge, I should say. That does conclude our individual races for the day. Once I talk with Jason, we'll take a break, and then we'll finish with the relays. 7/8s go 100 yards, so 1 lap each, and our 9/10s go a 200, so a 50 each. Hi, Jason. Congratulations. This is Jason Chalupsky, winner of the 10 and under boys 100 IM. You've had a great morning so far. This is your first victory. How did you keep yourself focused and excited for the win?
I just focused on my lane and just went as fast as I could. So yeah.
And what is your favorite part about the CCAA Summer League? Why do you like swimming for Daniel Island and City Meet so much?
It's really fun. You get points for your team. You have a lot of fun while you're cheering for your friends. And it's just really fun. Yeah.
Awesome. And then lastly, Jason, is there anyone watching at home that you'd like to say hello to?
My grandparents, my sister, my dad, and my mom.
Wonderful. Well, congratulations, Jason. We'll look forward to seeing you in the relay. And now to a break before we do those.